On YouTube, it's Breaking Tyson. I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As you always, watch the full video.
Been paying attention, you've probably noticed this pattern. Rappers keep dating the same women, same faces, same couples, same relationships popping up again and again. And this pattern shows up everywhere in the rap game. Even Drake and Future allegedly fell out after dealing with the same woman at one point. That's how small this circle really is. And here's the part nobody really breaks down. The dating pool in hip-hop is very tiny, like way smaller than people think. And to really show you what I mean, let me start this video off with a quick story. A couple years ago, I met this mid-level rapper. He had a Billboard charting record at the time and some decent buzz to his name. I met him backstage during one of his shows, and that was because a friend of mine had gotten invited and I just happened to be the plus one. So I'm backstage or whatever, there's a bunch of people there, right? The music is loud, etc. And then I noticed something really interesting. In the corner of the room, right, there's these three girls, two in red, one in black. And immediately, I actually recognized these women because I'd seen those exact same girls at another rapper show about like 6 months earlier. So I asked my friend, I'm like, hey bro, who are those three girls in the corner? And then he looks at me and says, bro, they're just a part of the circle. At that point, I didn't really need to ask anything else. And for anybody who's confused, he was basically telling me they're regulars. They move around the whole industry. And that's just one real life example of this entire conversation. Once you really start paying attention, you realize rappers aren't dating from the whole world. They're dating from the same circles over and over.
Fact, but you got to think about it is for, I ain't gonna say like this is exactly why, but when it comes to the regular girls, they're always they're most of them are clout chasing or they're looking for a come up. These girls that are already in the industry, they already have a bag. They already have their own money. They already have things going. They're either rappers, models. They already OF girls, whatever. They're already doing things on their own. The nigga is just a plus. They don't need you. These other girls, they be needing them for a come up. Let me date you, so therefore I can end up dating another person who's higher than you, who has more money than you. Even though at the end of the day, they're not getting nothing from these niggas. Like they're not most. Can't say all, but most of these girls are not smart enough to go in. If you like, it's like this. If you're gonna date somebody with money, don't use a nigga directly. Like, let me get this. Let me get this. Invest into something. Longevity, because more than likely that relationship is not gonna last forever. So why just go in and just for the stick and a temporary money that he might spend on you here and there, where you can at least get some money from the nigga and go start you a business. Have you something going, so therefore the money is, can continue flowing. You don't need the nigga. You feel me? Like, but again, most of these people are dumb. And then again, if I'm in the industry, I much rather date this girl who I know we probably ain't gonna last forever, but at least I don't have to worry about her strictly using me for my money, or I don't have to worry about you exposing whatever. People in the industry, they're not exposing each other. Only girls who are looking for a quick come up, some clout chasing, they're trying to expose somebody all the time. Like, oh, he DM'd me. Oh, he paid for a flight. So you gonna expose the niggas and then that's it? Like that's all you got now. Now all the other, that's why rappers be making girls sign NDAs because they be too quick to want to expose something. Oh, let me take a photo. I'm laid up with this nigga. Let me take a photo inside your house. That's why it be so many stories of girls going to rappers' houses and they're taking phones, signing NDAs, like they're restricted to a certain part of the house because y'all be doing too much.
I'm talking same faces, same rooms, same rotation, just behind different doors. Now let's talk about some of those very popular faces in hip-hop. Because if you've been anywhere near hip-hop culture or even hip-hop adjacent, you might recognize...
Like look, Selena Powell. She's known for exposing niggas. But, she's not terrible looking, so therefore, niggas still want to hit. You feel me? So niggas still take that chance. But she's one of the girls. If you look at a lot of her interviews, she's gonna say in the interviews, niggas making her sign NDAs, niggas taking her phones, niggas putting up to her house, like, I'm not saying we don't know if the story is true, but it's stories about supposedly rappers and putting up to her house, like, take that shit down. Why you say that? Like, tripping because she's be exposing too much. Like, just recently, she exposed that she was laid up with Lil Meech. We never would have knew that, but she posted the photo.
Is at least one of the women on the screen right now. We'll start with the one to the left, and that is Selena Powell, the self-proclaimed industry thought. I did say self-proclaimed, okay? Selena has built a career off of exposing rappers, finessing situations, turning private moments into clout, and she's taken pride in all this. This is her forte, like, this is what she does. And then we have Ruby Rose, someone who got her first big breakthrough dating Playboy Cardi. She rode that momentum very nicely, got connected to the right people, and before you know it, she popped up in the Bad and Bougie music video. Wasn't Takeoff left off Bad and Bougie? RP to Takeoff. From there, Ruby Rose became a recognized face in the industry. She's dated several rappers in a game, built a massive IG presence, dropped music, launched an OnlyFans account. Now, Ruby is interesting because she really understood the environment very early on and turned visibility into a business model. And unlike a lot of the women who got caught up in a game, Ruby caught on to the game early and capitalized off of all of it, securing her own bag in the process. You gotta...
That's what she was supposed to do. Like, again, she actually came in, pretty face, this nigga's girlfriend, that nigga girlfriend, be in this video. Now what? Now she got her own bag, own motion going.
Respect it. And then there is India Love, someone who didn't just pop up on Instagram like most people think. India actually first popped off on Tumblr, back during that whole, aesthetic edits.
India been famous for a very long time.
It girl era. She built a serious following there before Instagram even became the move. And then after that, she picked up even more attention through reality TV and early IG culture. So by the time Instagram blew up, she was already a known face and slid right into that OG.
That's why so many rappers wanted her or went after her, because nigga, she's been fine her since we've been paying attention to her on social media. She's been fine this whole time. Like, India's face card has never declined, bruh. And her body has just gotten crazy. Like, and again, these females, like, look, I don't want to go back, but y'all seen the lineup, right? These females, her, Ruby Rose, Selena Powell, what was the other one that right there? The runner chick, I always forget, something running. These females, right? We would not be paying attention to these females if they were not attractive. They were not attractive. They were just like a Ford clinging on to these rappers. We'd be like, what the fuck? But if because they're attractive, that's why we pay attention and know what they've been doing.
IG baddie / model, whatever you want to call it, right? Lane. So she's been in the mix for over a decade, and her first major mainstream moment came from her relationship with the game. At the time, she was 18, and he was 35. 35? I know. It's crazy.
And even for that, it's crazy how she get the backlash, but he don't. Like, that's crazy. Like, that shows you, like, how double standard this world is.
Like 35? I know. 35? Yeah. And from that point forward, she's basically been connected to the same circle ever since. Last but definitely not least, we got Brittany Renner. She's another woman who's been in the mix for years. And yeah, she's mostly known for finessing the athletes, but she's been around the rap world as well. She dated Lil Uzi Vert actually way back, and she was even married to Kevin Gates for like 2 business days. Now, all of these women are basically the faces everybody recognizes when people talk about the women who've been connected to the industry's biggest rappers for years. But here's the thing.
He forgot what's her name? What's her name? Lori Harvey. He forgot her. She had a handful. Kim Kardashian had a handful. Sweetie. All these girls then dated a handful of niggas that are all in the industry. And because it's a much less risk with these people versus dating somebody who's not in the industry. That's why. Much less risk of possibly catching something, them exposing shit, like it's a much less risk when you're dating somebody who has an image to lose versus somebody an image who doesn't. Like in this industry, I mean, or this lineup, probably Selena Powell should have been in that lineup because she used exposing to get into the lineup that she's into. But for the other ones, it's like they was just doing them. They all got shit going. And again, much less rich. You gotta think about that shit. Like, if you're a millionaire, or you like a nigga would, a man would. A man will be a millionaire, find a girl who, hey, she work at McDonald's, she's fine enough, cute enough, she give you whatever sign that you need that you want, bam. A man would do it. A girl, you would have to be, I don't know, you would have to be shit. Their greatest, ultimate attraction for that shit to happen. A man, as long as you're pretty and you give a nigga a sign. Not I said that we just that easy, but it is kind of that easy.
This whole pattern, this rotation, this ecosystem, it didn't start with these women. Before the IG models, before the industry girl even became a term, it all started with one woman, a big throwback, a name from the blog era a lot of y'all will probably recognize, BlackySpeakz.
I'm BlackySpeakz.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a lot of stories to tell the people.
Oh yeah. Not even her. No. Can't even give it to her. What was her name? I'm thinking, not Melissa Ford, the other girl, the something Vixen, whatever her name was.
I expose in my blog are all the people I've been with. I've been to Lil Wayne's crib. I've been them. A nigga give me $1,200 motherfucking dollars.
For everyone tuned in during the blog era, you already know who this is. The first real rap groupie the internet ever saw. She was loud, unfiltered, unapologetic, and the definition of I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say, and her whole brand was basically exposing rappers. And the thing about BlackySpeakz is she actually ended up revealing something nobody was even thinking about back then, and that was that rappers only deal with a select group of women. Now, Kat wasn't just around rappers. She was inside the parts of the industry people never see. And because she was proudly shameless, she talked about everything that she saw behind the scenes.
It was all publicity, entertainment, because to them, I just see them as business, not friend type. My family's my friend, but they're just business.
Now that clip right there, that was Kat in her purest form. No filter, no secrecy, no protect the brand. Like this woman she just didn't give a fuck, okay? And she moved exactly like that. In a lot of ways, BlackySpeakz became the blueprint for what we now call the industry girl. And yeah, let's be honest, she was definitely clout chasing like crazy. That was her whole hustle. But here's the funny part. Even while she was doing it for attention, she was accidentally pulling back the curtain on something way bigger than her. She showed you the same thing over and over again. These rappers are basically all running through the same group of women. And once you put those pieces together, you finally understand why this keeps happening. It all comes down to one thing, and that word is access. Who gets in, who stays in, who even has that.
Like, them niggas is dumb. Like, dealing with somebody like her or Selena Powell, when you know that this is what they do, that is, like, if it's like, all right, you date her, you crush her, right, and she exposed you, you shouldn't even care. You shouldn't care because you know this is what she does. Like, that's how I'm be saying, like, how Selena Powell still be ending up with another person, another rapper, somebody fake. Like, nigga, you niggas are slow. Like, you know she's going to do this. You know this for a fact. Like, nigga, if I was you, if it's like you want to hit that bad, I would get a cell phone jammer in my house. Like, nigga, soon as this bitch walk in, click. Like, the phone don't work. That motherfucker is turned off. You can't take no picture. You can't do nothing. Like, I have a room where it blocks the signal and I can go in there and use the phone. It might sound crazy, but it's like, bro, if you niggas want to hit that bad, you do something. Because, bro, like, it's like, that is just dumb. That's dumb. Like, to go somewhere or to hit somebody that you know is going to expose you. But then again, for famous people, all publicity is good publicity. So therefore, I guess it is what it is.
The proximity to step into the room in the first place.
One of the first questions that someone asked was why rappers recycle the same women. I wonder why.
I'll tell you this. I think they recycle the same women because are all in the same circle.
When people talk about access, here's what it really means. Rappers aren't choosing from the world. Their environment is choosing for them. They deal with whoever is actually available in their world, not the millions of people the internet imagines. And once you take a look at the rooms they're actually moving in, studios, backstage, private events, late night sessions, that huge dating pool everybody thinks exists shrinks very fast. The circle becomes tiny, not because they don't have other opportunities, but because those are the only people who even exist in their day-to-day reality. Because the truth is this, most artists spend their days locked in studios, catching last-minute flights.
That is true. And then like, they following, they are, the internet is showing these same people too. Like, you seeing these same girls over and 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 over. That's how we all know these certain females, because we all see them over and over. Like me, I'll say it to this day, nigga. If my internet was a boom, go up, I'm tapping in with India, bro. I'm tapping in, bro. Like, she talking about she want a baby. I got you. Like, nigga, I'm not even in the industry, but nigga, I'm quite sure I'm not the only nigga that's thinking that shit too. Shit.
Doing press run.
Her, Sweetie, Ruby, they can all get hit.
Moving city to city, sleeping strange hours, surrounded by the same team, in the same environments on repeat. So even though they're technically meeting people every day, they're not making real connections with anybody. Their schedule doesn't allow it. Their security, depending on what level they're at, doesn't allow it. Their fame, depending on what level they're at, doesn't allow it. So naturally, they end up dating the people who are already in the mix, already in those rooms, already accustomed to their lifestyle. And once you understand that, the whole question of why do all these rappers date the same women starts making a lot more sense. And here's the thing. This whole dating ecosystem they're in, it's basically one big recommendation loop. Because most of these dudes are not best friends, but they all move in the same exact circles. In other words, they're doing shows together, which means they're backstage together. They're at the same studio sessions. They share the same promoters, security, videographers. They hit the same clubs and the same after parties.
That's true. That's true. Like, I wouldn't hit my homie's girl or ex or whatever. But a nigga I didn't see in passing, we're not friends, bro. I don't owe you nothing.
And what happens is this. Once a woman gets close to one rapper, or is even seen around him, her name automatically travels through that whole network. Yeah, she been around the homies. Yeah, she's solid. Yo, she a little crazy, but she's definitely loyal. She's safe. She knows how to move. Whatever, right? That's the recommendation loop. It's not organized. It's just how the industry operates. So when a woman enters that world, she's not just dating one rapper. She's basically introduced to the whole gang by default. Because once you're in that circle, you're accessible to everybody inside that world. To them, she's the safe option. Not the best option, not the baddest option, far from, because a lot of the fans be way badder than these industry women, right? That's another...
You got a point. You got a point. There are a lot of women that are not famous that are way, way badder than the girl that we see in the industry. And we, like, they just have money to pay for certain things, for especially when it comes to makeup. Makeup will turn a 6 into an 8 easily. And these normal girls that we see working these regular jobs, living a regular life, the nurses, the nail techs, the eyebrow girls and all that shit, the 9-to-5 workers doing security, they ain't paying for these high class, high end type makeup. They're living a regular. They're walking around natural, bad as shit. I've seen girls who make Beyonce look like nothing, who make Ruby look like nothing, who make India look like nothing. Like, bruh, don't get it twisted. Don't think that it's about. You gotta look at a person's, I don't want to say potential, but like, If you see somebody, right, they're walking around regular clothes, sweatsuit, and she's already looking pretty. Just imagine how she gonna look with her hair done and a fancy ass looking dress, no matter the price, and some heels on. That's what I look. That's what I look for. I can see somebody and either see how you look and then see your potential. So therefore, it's like, damn, I know you her for sure.
Conversation. She's just the familiar one. And yes, it's very transactional in most cases, but nobody looks at it like that. Because at the end of the day, these are all grown adults coming together, knowing what it is, and they're all benefiting from it somehow. So it's really just the unspoken system that's been a part of hip-hop forever. Now let me give you guys a clear example of what I mean. Y'all know Sexy Red, right? Of course you do. Now before Sexy Red blew up, she wasn't living this superstar lifestyle. On one interview with Sean Cotton from Say Cheese, she talked about having like $30 in her pocket back then. She was broke, she was grinding, she was trying to figure things out. And here's the interesting part, right? Before Sexy Red became popular, she was already spending a lot of time in Chicago, specifically around rapper FBG Duck, who was popping in Chicago before he got killed in 2020.
You met FBG Duck before he passed, and you traveled to Chicago to meet. Was it to meet him specifically?
No, it was to shoot my video.
And this footage of Sexy Red being around FBG Duck and a bunch of other people somewhere, I don't know where this is. This footage popped up when Sexy Red started blowing up.
Wait, what's your rap name?
I don't know yet. Somewhere red though.
Now, I'm not saying that anything happened between them. That's none of my business. Like, generally, I don't even care, right? The point is this. She was already inside that environment. She was already around that circle. She already had proximity to the culture before she ever had a name in the game. Even after that, Sexy Red was allegedly connected to Chief Keef at one point, and I'm pretty sure they were dating. I'm pretty sure, but it's another conversation, right? Again, same circle, same ecosystem, same route to visibility. Sexy Red didn't pop out of nowhere. She was already moving through the exact rooms that eventually pulled her into the industry. And that's how this world...
That's all it takes. Sometimes it ain't even what you're doing. It's about who you know. You know, if you know the right person, the right people, again, it's like, it's again, it's about who you know, because it's or who knows you. Because it say, you don't even know this person, but let's say you do music, right, and you drop a video, and this person end up seeing you. Now they know you. Bam. You take off. Sometimes that's all it takes. All it takes is the right person to see you, to either be in the right room, around the right people, and boom, that shit can change your whole life.
Works. Once you're inside those environments, you're not connected to one person. You're connected to the whole network. And that network runs on one thing, familiarity. Because here's the part that nobody really ever talks about, which is something that I touched on earlier. Although these women may not be the best option or even, the most attractive one, they're usually the most predictable option. And when I say predictable, I mean this. They already understand the lifestyle, the chaos, the late nights, the pressure. So rappers don't have to explain themselves or risk being misunderstood. And honestly, that applies to anybody. You don't have to be a rapper to relate to this, right? Whatever life you live, you don't want to sit there breaking down your whole schedule, your stress, your routine to somebody you're dating. You just want somebody who gets it. And predictability goes a very...
I feel that. That's like when, what's her name? B. Simone. She said she wanna date a CEO because a CEO understands her lifestyle. Which is understandable because the nigga who working 9 to 5 is gonna be like, babe, I'm at home. Why are you not home? She's still at work. Brian, she's still somewhere putting something together because a 9 to 5, we work 8 hours, 12 hours, probably 13 hours, and then go home. A person who's working out, who's an entrepreneur, who's a CEO, you're working 24 hours a day. You don't really have no days off.
Long way in an industry where nothing else is predictable. Think about it like this. Being a rapper today means living in constant uncertainty. One month you're up, the next month you're praying the algorithm isn't killing you. One mistake can ruin an entire rollout. One headline can tank your momentum. There's no stable schedule, no routine, no structure. So when everything around you is chaos, your brain naturally gravitates towards whoever feels familiar. And psychologists call this the familiarity bias. You don't need to graduate from Harvard to understand this. It's very simple. Your brain likes what it recognizes. Your brain trusts what it's seen before, even if it isn't the best choice. It's the easier choice because you know it. When your whole life is unpredictable, the familiar woman, the one already in those rooms, already around the team, already used to the lifestyle, automatically becomes the safer pick. There's no time to slow walk a new relationship, no time to figure out who's real and who's clout chasing. So the people already in that circle, the faces they've seen or watched move in that environment, either on social media or in real life, end up becoming the safer choice by default. I remember something Tupac said back in the 90s. He spoke about this exact topic in one of his records. The song is called All About You, and the hook goes, every city we go, every video, I see the same hoes. And at the end of the song, Snoop Dogg jokes about flipping through different music videos and seeing the same exact women in every single one. So they've been talking about this for decades. The only difference now is that the internet made it impossible to miss. Social media amplifies everything. Who's dating who popped out with who unfollowed who. And that pattern becomes a form of promotion in itself, because when two recognizable names link up, it's not just a relationship, it's a headline, it's a storyline. It's free marketing on both sides. The circle didn't get smaller, the visibility just got louder, and that's thanks to social media. At the end of the day, it all comes down to proximity. When the same 5 people are in the same rooms, living the same lifestyle every single day, of course they're going to end up dating the same people. Of course we see the same faces linking up. So the real question is this: does hip-hop actually have a dating problem, or is it just a lifestyle that comes with it? The environment, the reality of being stuck in a world where proximity decides everything. I guess that's where I would ask you, why do you think rappers keep dating the same women? If you made it this far, drop a like on this video, clear this comment.
I think, again, if it wasn't so many girls, if it wasn't so many people, because it can't blame the girls, it's niggas that do it too, because it's niggas that date females, and they be on the same shit. So, if it wasn't so many people, like clout chasing and exposing and doing all this other shit, all this little weird shit, that would probably make it easier for regular folks to meet these famous people and get a chance to date. Because with that, us regular folk, we won't have the chance unless we become famous, unless we run into this person and then somehow spark their interest. If not, we're never going to get a chance, because they would much rather date within their industry, because again, much safer. They don't have to worry about, it's much less risk. Somebody living a regular life, they know this person automatically think, hey, you're only using me for a come up. With somebody who's already in the industry, they don't think of that, because they feel like, all right, you're already in the industry, so you don't need me for a come up, even though they still need you for it, because hey, it's still about staying relevant. But shit crazy, dog.